I was just a child when the stars fell from the skies, but I remember how they built a cannon to destroy them, and in turn how that cannon brought war upon us. War was an abstract idea, nothing more than a show on TV. As a child, I only saw it as something that happened in some faraway land. Until that final day of summer. One day while on my way to school, I looked up in the skies. A sound like distant thunder. In the blue skies far above me, contrails drew dizzying circles around in a crazy waltz. A battle in the beautiful skies far away. I could not tear my gaze away from them. A deafening roar. Silhouettes appeared, as if to graze the hills and streak past me. The fighters played the cat or the mouse in turn as they climbed swiftly into the sky. One fleeing plane fell out of the skies, spiraling and spewing orange flames to crash by the Cape. The same Cape where my family lived. Now they only live in my memories of days past. The victor circled around to confirm the kill. And on his craft, there was a large number 13 emblazoned in yellow. I will never forget this. The Allies retreated across the ocean before the onslaught of the enemy. Our little town in the heart of the mainland fell into deep isolation.
Four years after the planetfall of the Ulysses 1994 XF04 asteroids, Stonehenge, the Erusean weapon of mass destruction, was originally built to shoot down asteroids. Upon discovering its potential as an anti-aircraft weapon, the Erusians ruled the skies over the mainland. The ISAF's attempts to destroy Stonehenge through airstrikes failed. As a result, strategic positions on the mainland were lost. This in turn forced ISAF to evacuate from the east coast to North Point. ISAF GHQ is regrouping its remaining combat forces at North Point. However, the Erusians control most parts of the mainland, and they have forward-deployed bombers to Wrigley Air Base, a former ISAF facility, North Point, from this strategic position. Here is the current SITREP and your orders for deployment, effective immediately. Enemy agents destroyed our early warning radar network, allowing several bear bombers to penetrate our airspace. In 15 minutes, we expect this bomber formation to strike Allen Ford Air Base and then move on to targets at North Point. Our air defense forces are extremely weak at this point in time, hence our GHQ is a sitting duck. It is mission critical that you destroy the bombers and neutralize the threat before they get past Newfield Island. Remember, you are the first line of defense for North Point, and the fate of ISAF lies in your hands.
Here, call sign Sky Eye. Do you read? Your call sign is Mobius 1. We'll refer to you by this name at all times. You are now under my command. 6 bombers on Vector 360 confirmed. Continue north to intercept. Today's my birthday. A victory sure would be nice.
Don't forget wingman consideration during combat. I don't see anything. Mercury, engage. Halo 2, engage. Omega 11, engage.
Mobius 1, engage.
Protective bombers.
Locked on. Mobius 1, box 2.
Our bomber's been hit.
There's our welcoming party. Let your escorts handle them.
Hostiles confirmed.
Here they come. Target is bombing the city.
Maintain your course.
Missile hit.
This is Free 3. This ain't the mainland. Watch out for sharks if you go down feet wet. 8 miles to the target.
Mobius 1, box 2. Mobius 1, currently over city airspace. 3 targets remaining. Radar line. Missile hit.
5 miles out from first target. Line up. Open all bay doors. 2 bias. Upward surface fire. Strange to see fighters out this far. Everyone abandon the line.
Sky, this is Alan Fort. Got visual on the downed bombers. Whose kill was that? Make sure to thank him.
That's a roundup. Let's go on home.
Thanks to your efforts, the enemy bomber strike was averted. However, our victory will be meaningless should you fail the next mission.
The war seemed to unfold in the blink of an eye. I don't remember exactly when the forces from the west occupied my town. I was too busy scanning the skies day after day, waiting for Yellow 13 to reappear. Before I knew it, everything changed. The language they taught us at school. Our friendly local sheriff disappeared and was replaced by foreign MPs. In the beginning, some people secretly tuned into broadcasts from North Point on their parabolic antennas. But as time passed, the broadcast no longer came in. Maybe the satellites were destroyed. All non-military computer networks were shut down. Gasoline was rationed to civilians. Though we lived in the 21st century, we were reduced to using crystal radios and horse-drawn carts. I moved in with my uncle in town, who used to be a taxi driver. Out of gasoline and out of work, my uncle did nothing but to drown himself in drink. I earned my keep by playing the harmonica in the town bar, the one thing I was good at. I'd play for sullen occupation soldiers in exchange for their charity and loose change, and used the money to support my uncle and myself. My uncle trash-talked the barkeep who catered to the enemy soldiers, but he never refused the money I brought home. As for myself, I had a crush on the barkeep's only daughter, who was a little older than me. Another day passed, yet still no sign of the fighter plane Yellow 13 in the skies above our town.
The enemy-held Wrigley Air Base is located in close proximity to our front lines, making it the proverbial knife at our throat. A large Erusean bomber contingent was deployed to Wrigley. Their intentions are clear. A full-scale strike on our forces at North Point is imminent. Your mission is to catch these bombers on the ground and destroy them. We intend to turn the parking ramp at Wrigley into a junkyard.
I repeat, this is not a drill. Intercept immediately. White 5, this is Wrigley Air Base. You're cleared to take off runway 5. Take off as soon as you enter the runway.
Mobius 1 passing over substation. Mobius 1, engage.
Viper 3, engage. Omega 11, engage.
Shack on the target.
Flight 11, right wounded.
No worries, just proceed as usual.
Don't let the enemy spook you. Neutralize the substation if possible. No joy. I don't see anything. My plane's hanging in there. I think I'll take it back.
Enemy facility destroyed. Bandit at 12 o'clock. Wrigley Air Base at Vector 340, 4 miles.
Hang in there. Don't give up.
Missile shot trashed.
He's behind me.
Radar lock.
Coming this way.
Mobius 1, Fox 2. Missile shot trashed.
Red 7, bandit on my tail. Have to maintain. Get rid of him! Negative, negative. Damn it, he's engaging me. This isn't a drill, this is for real. I don't care if you hit one of our guys.
AA guns destroyed.
We're currently over the target area and engaging the enemy.
Bombs away.
I'm taking damage. This is suicide. Someone cover me. Good going.
This is Wrigley. We've been attacked. We're currently engaging the enemy.
I'm most vulnerable when they start their bomb runs.
Hard enemy radar spike.
There.
Pickle.
This is Wrigley. Do something about those bandits.
Damn, they're pesky. Good job, Mobius 1.
This is Wrigley. We've taken serious damage from enemy attacks.
Control tower. Reveal another enemy aircraft. Bring up the enemy. Contact coordinated.
AA guns destroyed. Missile hit.
I'm in position. Engaged. Lieutenant, watch your tail. Your tail.
Target hit.
This is White 1. Get off of me. Bandit's right on me.
Fox 2.
Target destroyed by Mobius 1.
Mobius 1 destroyed the target.
This is Wrigley. Our bombers are decimated. Repeat, all our bombers are destroyed.
Sky Eye, this is Fighter Squadron. Mission complete. We're coming home.
The attack was a success. A significant number of enemy bombers were eliminated, and a full-scale airstrike on North Point was averted.
One night, a spirited group made their way into the door, chased out the sullen army grunts, and commandeered the place. Even I knew who they were. The patch on their sleeve was the mark of the proud Air Force. A loud-mouthed, middle-aged man went around, announcing each pilot's results for the day and his running kill record. For those who exceeded 5 kills, a thorough toasting and soaking followed. I believe it was their custom to call a pilot an ace once he shot down 5 planes. After completing the day's review, the same guy, the squadron adjutant, went on to announce, "And now, for our leader's results." Everyone turned around to look at the quiet man who sat alone, strumming a guitar. I found myself drawn to the music from his guitar. Our Yellow 13 bagged 3 more today, bringing his new tally up to 64 kills. With a tentative smile, the man with the guitar turned to me and asked me to accompany him on my harmonica. I brought it up to my lips and I started a new song. I had finally found him. But by some fluke, it was my father's favorite song, the one he used to play at the end of each day.
The Allied forces are retreating, and survivors are gathering at the northern port of St. Arc. However, the radar facilities atop Mount Shesna provide tactical support to the enemy. As a result, our evac mission is in jeopardy. If our troops can successfully evacuate and regroup at North Point, they will become a formidable force in future battles. Your mission is to destroy the radar facilities on Mount Shesna, thereby blinding the enemy and hiding our troop movements.
This combat area is within enemy airspace. Keep an eye out for bandits. Use Vector 180 to return home after destroying the target. Remember, a safe return completes the mission. Clear to engage. Mobius 1, engage.
This is Shesna Radar 1. Bandits approaching Vector 135.
Locked on. Heads up, enemy radar spike. Bandit confirmed at Vector 320.
Just a little more. Commander on your tail. Evade.
Radar lock.
Keep an eye on those escorts.
Bandit at 12 o'clock. Locked on. Shack on the target. I see them. Missile hit.
All right. Black 10, you've got one on your tail.
Mobius 1, Fox 2. Bandit shot down.
Good job, Mobius 1. Target is neutralized. Good job, Mobius 1. Fighter squadron here. Mission accomplished.
Sky Eye here. Radar facilities confirmed destroyed. All aircraft take vector 180 south. Mobius 1, you're heading the wrong way. Vector 180 south immediately. Use the return line on the map to exit combat area and return to base. Fly in the right direction and you'll see a white dotted line across your flight path. Those of you who need to resupply or refuel during missions should cross this line to exit the combat area and return to base or carrier. Approaching return line. Follow the controller's orders for landing.
Mobius 1, perform landing check. You are cleared to land. 2 miles to touchdown. One mile to touchdown. You're on the money. Nicely done, Mobius 1. Go and prepare for your next sortie.
With their radar out of commission, the enemy's command and control is degraded. We've discovered the Erusians are transporting a large quantity of strategic supplies and rapid deployment troops into Comberth Harbor. Comberth appears to be the staging area for an attack on North Point. The Acre fleet stationed here seems to be the centerpiece of this strike. If the Erusians complete their troop preparations and the Acre fleet sets sail, this will bring about our defeat in this war. Your mission is to intercept and shoot down the enemy transport planes in and around Comberth Harbor. Let's show them how vulnerable they are. Be advised, the transport aircraft have ECMs on board that emit powerful jamming signals. Rely on visual contact rather than radar.
Mobius 1, Sky Eye here. You should be getting visual on the transport soon. Destroy the E-767s hidden nearby to clear the jamming from our radar. Good luck. Mobius 1, engage.
We've got bandits on radar. Viper 3, engage.
Locked on.
Engage. Jamming's getting stronger.
Shack on the target.
I'm closing in on them.
Heads up, enemy radar spike.
White 3, got one on your tail. One of ours went down. I'm right. I'm out of ammo. Winchester. There, over there.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
Pull up. Clear the E-767s.
Maintain formation.
Part of the radar's clear.
The radar's still jammed. There must be another active electronic jammer. Missile shot trashed.
We're better in a dogfight. Damn, I need that radar.
Missed. You're in gun range.
Where are the E-767s? Bandit on your tail, evade! They shouldn't be able to see us. I'm going down. It's not working. I can't take it. Eject. We stop them here. He's been hit. Keep your training in mind and you'll be fine.
Fox 2, Fox 2. 2 targets remaining.
Good job, Mobius 1. Max power!
Target hit.
Mobius 1 shot one down.
Mobius 1, Fox 2.
Mobius 1 shot one down. He sees us. Do they see us?
Mobius 1, Fox 2. Missile shot trashed.
I'm closing in on him. I'm spiked! Get him off me!
Mobius 1, Fox 2. Target hit.
There's a flag at me. My aircraft is damaged.
Mobius 1 hit. Mobius 1.
Pull up! Pull up! Move forward here! Someone cover me! Die, you SOB!
Missile shot trashed.
Someone help me! Damn, they're pesky! Jamming doesn't work. Right behind me. Right behind him.
Radar lock. Fox 2. Good job. You shot down the enemy transport without any radar.
The mission was a success. Comberth Harbor, home of the Aegir Fleet, is completely dependent on a single petrochemical complex for its fuel supply. The complex consists of a land-based oil refinery storage facility and an offshore oil drilling platform. Your mission is to go out and destroy, or at least damage, these sites. Our objective is to reduce production output of this complex to 20% or less. By cutting off the port's fuel supply, we will delay and disrupt the combat deployment of the Aegir fleet.
operation. Split into 2 groups and destroy targets. Inflict as much damage as possible to the complex and reduce their output.
All aircraft, proceed at your discretion.
Don't let the enemy spook you. Let's wrap this up before dawn.
You sure this is smart? We're over the bad guys.
Clear to engage.
Mercury, engage.
Omega 11, engage.
Oil rig at vector 050, 8 miles. Mobius 1, engage.
Halo 2, engage.
Break, missile.
How many bandits in the air? Stay on your toes. Enemy SAMs are a factor.
He's mine. Squeeze off exhaust.
Box 2.
Come on, just a bit more.
Mobius 1, bandit behind you.
Damn, that was one of ours.
Just don't get shot down. Missile hit.
Engage and destroy all pop-up targets.
Sierra Hotel. Ready, bandit behind you. Turn and you fade.
Missed.
Commit all reserve aircraft immediately. Almost locked off.
Converse Harbor, home of the Eagle Fleet, is completely dependent on a single petrochemical complex for its fuel supply. The complex consists of a land-based oil refinery storage facility.
Commence operation. Split into 2 groups and destroy targets. Inflict as much damage as possible to the complex and reduce their output.
Heads up, they've got AA guns. You sure this is smart? We're over the bad guys.
Oil rig at vector 050, 8 miles.
Omega 11, engage.
Viper 9, engage.
Mobius 1, engage.
Viper 3, engage.
Come on, just a bit more.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
Heads up, enemy radar spike. Shack on the target.
Damn
vessel sunk.
Got plenty of ammo.
Mobius 1, Fox 2. Enemy facility destroyed. Surface target destroyed. Fox 2. Enemy facility destroyed. Enemy facility destroyed. Enemy facility destroyed. Enemy facility destroyed.
He's shooting! Sabotage my ship.
Mobius 1 crashed. Commence operation. Split into 2 groups and destroy targets. Inflict as much damage as possible to the complex and reduce their output.
You sure this is smart? We're over the bad guys. Heads up. They've got AA guns. Do a flyby under the oil rig.
Clear to engage. Mobius 1, engage.
Rapieri, engage. Halo 10, engage. He's mine. I'm on him. I'm closing in on him. I'm Super 3, engage. Omega 11, engage.
Bandit at 12 o'clock. Mobius 1, Fox 2. Target hit.
White 2 shot down by a bandit.
this operation. Split into 2 groups and destroy targets. Inflict as much damage as possible to the complex and reduce their output. Don't let the enemy spook you.
好吧。